Okay, on to home fragrance. The first empty I have is not quite empty yet. It's this Leaves 3-wick in the background here. It's on its last burn. I didn't want to blow it out just for this video, but I also don't want to hold on to it for 3 weeks for my next video. So it's going to be done tonight, so I thought I'd go ahead and include it. I obviously can't show you the notes, but Leaves is just a cinnamon, apple, craft store pine cone scent. Super strong throw. Super strong throw. It's filling the dining room, the kitchen, the living room. The whole apartment smells like Leaves. So it's a great throw. You can see no tunneling, no soot. I did have a problem right around the midpoint. It got puny wicks and had no throw. But I just poured some wax into a wax warmer and relit it, and it has been doing fine since then. So I really enjoy that one, and I go through 1 or 2 of them every year, so I will always repurchase that. The next one I have is this Happy Halloween candle from this year, 2016. Cute packaging. I really enjoy Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, which is what scent was in here. Haunted Pumpkin, Creepy Clove, Vampire Vanilla, Scary Brown Sugar. I really enjoy the Cinnamon Pumpkin scent, so I buy one every year anyway. I figured might as well get the Halloween packaging, right? It was cute. I enjoyed burning it the week of Halloween. I will say that this one had a lighter throw than most Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin scents, and it does even say on there that it is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. It did have a lighter throw than I expect from Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, but it was still good. No tunneling. I don't think there's a little bit of soot. Just a little bit right there, but nothing too bad. So I enjoyed it, and I pretty much buy a Halloween candle every year as long as it's in a scent that I like. I will definitely continue to repurchase Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. That's been a staple for me for years. The next one I have here, another staple. This is Cinnamon Sugared Donut. This is, I think, either the first or second release. The Sweet Shop collection, I think, or something like that. This is an older one. 2014. Okay, so 2 years. Not the original release then, but older. The notes on here are freshly baked vanilla cake donut covered in sugar crystals and crushed cinnamon. This is a very authentic cinnamon sugar cake donut. Very authentic. This one did really well. A little bit of like soot and just like you can see the little rings here from like wax deposits. There's the word. I've not had enough coffee today, have I? So it left kind of a messy glass, but I can deal with that. These burn in luminaries anyway. Yeah, it's a pretty good burn. The throw was hit or miss though. I will say there were a few points where it seemed to have a really light throw, but then the rest of the time it was fine. Kind of a medium to strong throw. And then just every now and again, it would lose its throw almost entirely. So I don't know what was up with that. But this is a good scent. I have 3 or 4 of these left. I'm kind of getting to the point where, like, I used to be really excited about it because it was different and I loved it. But Bath & Body Works has done so many great bakery scents since then. So, I don't know. When I finish my stash, my hoard of these candles, I don't know if I'll feel the need to purchase more of them or if there will be a new bakery scent for me to love. Whoops. Sorry about that. The next one I finished off here, this is Heirloom Apple. Whoops. The notes on Heirloom Apple are red Portland apple, creamy sandalwood, and marshmallow. I don't smell sandalwood. I get apple and marshmallow. Just like everybody else, I was hoping that this was a repackage of Radiant Red Maple. Unfortunately, it was not, but it was still pretty good. The apple and marshmallow were pretty evenly blended. It had a medium throw. You could smell it. I had it here on the table for a little while, and you could smell it in the dining room, but not really into the other rooms. No sooting around there. A little bit of wax deposit, but nothing too bad. No tunneling. Burned great. Really enjoyed this one. I do have one more backup. It was good, but I don't know if it's one that I will feel the need to repurchase after I burn that other one. We'll have to see. But it was good. The next one we finished off is Sweater Weather. Really, really enjoyed this one. The notes on here are fresh sage, juniper berry, aromatic eucalyptus, and fresh woods. The eucalyptus and the sage are really strong, and that juniper's in there too. Fresh woods, that's pretty generic, but eucalyptus and juniper and sage for sure. This is another one of those fresh and clean fall scents that's still very fall, but very fresh and clean. So again, this was a really nice break from the pumpkin, the bakery, the sweet. This was just a nice break to feel a little bit more fresh. Really enjoyed it. I think I have one more in my stash, and I'm hoping to pick up another one during the candle sale, but that is definitely one I will continue to repurchase. Then we finished off pumpkin pie. The notes here are creamy pumpkin, vanilla cream, fresh ground nutmeg, and graham cracker crust. I really enjoyed this one. Pumpkin pie is pretty much exactly what this smells like. The pumpkin and the pumpkin spice, the nutmeg are really strong. I wouldn't say that I get much of a graham cracker crust scent from it, but this is a really nice pumpkin scent. And in fact, when this came out last year, it was the first candle for me to tempt me away from my sweet cinnamon pumpkin. Sweet cinnamon pumpkin used to be the only pumpkin candle I bought because it was strong and spicy, and I really enjoyed that. But this one tempted me away from it. It was really, really good. Pretty strong. No tunneling. Oh, I will say, this is the one I forgot about. I had to tape it back together. Right when I put it in the empties bin, it busted, and I just put a piece of scotch tape over it to hold it through for the video. But yeah, other than that, no tunneling, no soot, no problems. Really enjoyed that one. I have a couple backups, and I'll continue to purchase it until they come out with an even better pumpkin. Then we finished off Feast Maple Sugar Brittle. This is premium maple sugar, almond bark, and vanilla that's perfect to bring this year's Thanksgiving feast. This candle really impressed me because I am not a maple fan. And I've said that before, whenever I've had a product with maple in it, it just makes me feel kind of nauseous. And I really, really enjoyed this. But to be honest, I got caramel from this more than maple. I really did not get much maple. I got a burnt caramel, just like right as caramel's beginning to burn. I really, really enjoyed this. It had a really strong throw. It burned great, no sooting, no tunneling, a little bit of wax deposit, no big deal. This one I wish I picked more up. I got this one, I believe, at semi-annual sale last year, like 75% off. And I only bought one because I was afraid that maple note was going to come through when I burned it. But now I'm wishing I had picked more up. So if this one is released again, I will definitely be picking a few up because I really enjoyed it. So that was a good surprise for me. This next one is a 2-in-1. So this jar was oatmeal raisin cookie, and it was about half full. So I did finish the oatmeal raisin cookie candle. This is one of my all-time favorite candles from back in the Slatkin days. It has not come back since the year it was released. It just came out one season, and I love it. It is a 100% authentic oatmeal raisin cookie scent. That fresh baked cookie, so good. And I think this was the last product I had in that scent, which is really sad. I was holding on to it, but it was time to just enjoy it, burn it, and let it go. I will read you the notes here. Fresh baked oatmeal blended with sweet raisins, caramelized brown sugar, and vanilla extract. So really good. If this scent comes back, I'm hoarding it for sure. I'll go buy a dozen of them, no questions asked. The other side of this has a label for the candle this lid actually came from, Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. I had one completely unlit. I took it off my candle shelf to light it, dropped it, and busted it. Completely shattered it. Not only did the glass shatter, the wax inside broke into chunks. I didn't do that. That's what the wax looked like when the candle broke. So I just picked up the chunks and put them in a jar, and I've been using them in my melters. So I'm going to go ahead and count this as 2 empties, the vanilla bean marshmallow and the oatmeal raisin cookie. I am going to use the rest of these pieces in my warmers over the next few days, and then this will be gone as well. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 there. The vanilla bean marshmallow smells really good. Like I said, I've been putting it in my warmers, and it's just a nice, really, really rich marshmallow scent. So I would have really enjoyed burning that as a candle. Unfortunately, it didn't want to be a candle. It wanted to be wax melts. And the last 3-wick candle I have for you, I told you I had a ton this time around, is from 719 Walnut Avenue in Caramel Apples. This is their Cider Lane dupe, and I love Cider Lane. Unfortunately, these just don't have a great throw. At first, I was questioning myself because it burned great, had a great throw, smelled just like Cider Lane. And then right around this point here, the wicks crapped out. I had to start pouring wax out, cotton balling, relighting the wicks, moving them out of like airflow. It was way too much work for a $3 candle. It's just not worth it to me. Half the time they don't have scent, they have burn issues, they soot, the wicks drown, the wicks move around. I'm not a fan. So I love the scent, and I love the idea of a $3 dupe for Cider Lane, but I'm done with 719 Walnut Avenue. I might have 1 or 2 left in my stash, but I'm not purchasing anymore. I'm just burning them up, moving on. That is not my brand. So then the smaller candles I have here, I have 1 mason jar. This is in Twisted Peppermint. This is from this year. It was actually in my last haul video. I got it for free. I had this in the guest bath, as always. We now have 2 cats, so I was looking for a stronger scent to go in the litter box room there. Of course, the notes here: cool peppermint, sugared snow, vanilla buttercream, fresh balsam, hint of musk. Guys, let's be honest, sugared snow is not a thing, and it's definitely not in this candle. There's no balsam in this candle, none, and there's no musk. It's peppermint and vanilla, just like it has been for the last decade. I don't know why they think they need to add half a dozen new scent notes. No, it's vanilla and peppermint. Super strong peppermint. Had a great throw, no soot. Unfortunately, right here, the wick completely went under. I lit it. I mean, you can see how long that wick is. It's still there. But right here, I lit it one morning and came back about 15 minutes later and could not see the wick. It was completely under. I don't really know what happened, but I sat it on my hot plate, and then, as you can tell, poured the melted wax into a warmer to use it overnight. Love the scent. I love Twisted Peppermint. Such a great scent, such a strong, clean peppermint. It was perfect in the litter box room. Perfect. Completely covered any and all cat odors. Amazing. I have 1 more jar from this year that I'm hoping is a better performer, though, because I really hate that I had to basically pour out half a candle. That's really annoying to me. So I love the scent. I will repurchase the scent, but I hope this was a fluke and not something that's going to be a problem. I also finished off a couple 4-ounce testers. The first one here is a Slatkin & Co. Mint Chocolate. So this one's an old one. And the notes here are semi-sweet chocolate, dark chocolate, and peppermint with vanilla cream and white chocolate. So chocolate, cocoa, chocolate, vanilla, a little bit of peppermint. This was heavily chocolate with just a hint of mint. When I bought this, I was really into these mint chocolate scents. It was years ago. I bought a ton of these, and I'm just not into it anymore. This one was full. I lit it, burned it about this far, and I was getting no throw. And Slatkin does not have that problem. The old Slatkin candles always had it. Hi, baby. Always had a good throw. So I put it on the warmer, which is why it's got that weird look to it. The entire candle liquefied and still no scent throw at all. So time for that to go. Would not repurchase. Now this one is a completely different story. This is Holiday Pomander. This came out, I believe, only as a test scent. I don't even think it went nationwide. No scent notes on the bottom at all. This was there's an evergreen scent, a berry scent, and this really strong, almost metallic smell, but in a good way, and that's really hard to explain. It's like a really good metallic smell. I don't know how to explain that. It's weird. I really enjoyed it. This impressed me. It had an awesome throw. I again had it in the bathroom with the litter box, and it was so strong. It covered the cat odors, and it was filling the hallway. It was filling my son's bedroom. It was a really nice holiday scent, even though it was a little early. I've already got a fresh balsam candle burning, to be honest. I'm in the mood for Christmas. So, really enjoyed it, and its last burn, when the wick died, all the wax was still liquid, so I poured it into a wax warmer, which is what that is. Otherwise, it had a very clean burn. If that were to come back, I would absolutely repurchase it. I really enjoyed it. And then I finished one mini candle here. This is in Vampire Blood. I had 2 of these in my last video. It's strawberry, plum, and jasmine. It's kind of it's a pretty fruity scent, but they just didn't have any scent throw. So they were fun to use for Halloween, but not something I would repurchase. Now, I liked the scent. If they could get one in that scent, if they had a candle in that scent that had a throw, I would repurchase it. But unfortunately, if there's no throw, there's no point. Moving on to wax melts here real quick. I have one from Better Homes and Gardens. Frosted Honey Cake. I've had several of these in my empties. It's one of my go-to scents for my son's nursery, and it is what it says it is. It's honey and bakery. Really, really sweet. Perfect for the nursery, but not something I'd use in the rest of the house. But I will continue to purchase that because I do love it in his nursery. From Sensationals, I have honey bourbon frosting. Same thing. This is a nursery scent in our house. Again, very sweet, very honey based. The bourbon I don't smell very strongly at all. Just a really nice, heavy, sweet scent. Great for the nursery, and I would repurchase it. And then I also have cinnamon apples. This one I really enjoyed. I like apple cinnamon anyway, but this was a slightly different apple cinnamon. It's got a bakery note in it for sure that made it smell more like pie than just apple. Really enjoyed this, and I would repurchase that for sure. Really liked that one. Then I have one from Burts Bees in Eucalyptus Mint. These are a mess. This wax is it manages to be crumbly and soft at the same time. So you go to pick it up and it literally falls to pieces and just completely crumbles in your hands. And then you go to pick the crumbs up and it's so soft that they just like smush and stick to your skin and make a huge mess. Not a fan. Someone suggested I keep it in the freezer, and that did help with the softness issue, but it didn't stop it from crumbling. So I have a couple more of these that I will use, but I will not purchase from this brand again for wax melts. I did really enjoy this scent. This was a much more authentic herbal eucalyptus mint than Bath & Body Works, and I actually preferred this one. Very strong, very clean. Just too much of a mess to deal with. Not worth it. But I did really enjoy the scent. Then from Yankee, these were votives that I used as wax melts in cotton candy. I finished 1, 2, 3 of those. I love Yankee's cotton candy. These are a lighter throw in the warmer, but you can still smell them. I put in all 3 of those in one night, one in each of the 3 rooms here, kitchen, dining, and living room. And so that smell it helped having so many going. The smell was able to fill the space, but it was still very light. But it's a very authentic cotton candy scent that I really enjoy, so I would repurchase that. And the final item I have for you, and then we are done, was a lavender and vanilla. One moment, sweetie. Mommy's on the last thing. This is a lavender and vanilla portable refill in my boyfriend's car. He loves lavender, so this is one I will always repurchase for him. So that's it. We are done. Thank you for watching and for putting up with all these distractions with the cat and my son and all of his toys. But I just needed to get this out of the house. So thank you all for watching, and I will try to be back at least once more this year with another Empties video. But I'm not sure. Maybe one more haul. I'm kind of thinking about going on Candle Sale Day, which is rumored to be December 3rd, if you haven't heard. But other than that, I don't really have plans for any more purchases, and I'm not sure I'll be able to get in more than one more Empties video. So thank you all for watching. Bye.